I get it. You scroll through endless recliner listings, see sleek black frames and promises of stand assist magic, only to end up with a chair that looks good on the page, but turns out to be a nightmare when you actually try to sit down. That's the exact frustration I felt when a friend who's in her late 70s asked for a recommendation and warned me that a lot of the compact power lift models she'd tried either didn't fit through the doorway or stopped working after a few months. I wanted to make sure my own purchase wouldn't end up as another regret, so I dug into the details, watched a handful of unboxing videos, and even called the manufacturer's support line just to hear how they explained the lift mechanism. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about why this kind of chair is a different animal from your standard recliner. The primary selling point is the electric lift function that helps a user glide from a seated position to standing with the push of a button. That sounds simple, but the real challenge is fitting that mechanism into a frame small enough for a tight living room layout or a bedroom reading nook. Most compact lift chairs on the market still measure close to 38 inches wide, which can dominate a modest space. The model I'm reviewing, however, manages to keep the footprint around 30 inches wide and 32 inches deep, a size that actually slides between a standard side table and a bookshelf without forcing you to rearrange the whole room. If you've ever tried to maneuver a bulky recliner through a narrow hallway, you'll appreciate that this one really does feel like it was designed for apartments where square footage is at a premium. Now, onto the day-to-day operation. The chair is powered by a single, low-voltage motor tucked into the base, and the control panel is a small, tactile button pad on the armrest. Press up, and the seat rises smoothly, lifting the user enough to swing their feet onto the floor without having to push off with their hands. Press down, and the chair leans back into a modest recline that's perfect for reading a book or watching TV, but it doesn't go flat like a full-laying lounge chair. The motor is whisper quiet. You can hear a faint hum when it's working, but it never feels like a motorbike under the cushion. That quietness matters a lot in a shared living space or a bedroom where you don't want a loud whirring sound every time you stand up. Who should consider this chair? If you or someone you care for has limited leg strength, arthritis, or simply finds it hard to get up from a low seat, the lift function is a game changer. It's also ideal for anyone living in a studio or a second-floor unit where moving large furniture is a logistical headache. The compact dimensions make it easy to fit next to a narrow sofa or even under a window seat, so you can create a dedicated reading corner without sacrificing too much floor space. Because the recline angle is modest, it works well for short reading sessions, casual TV watching, and even for a quick nap when you're too tired to get up and lie down on a couch. On the flip side, you might want to skip this chair if you're looking for a deep relaxation recliner that can lie you flat for long movie marathons. The limited recline angle means you won't get that zero gravity feeling you might find in higher-priced power chairs. Tall users, anyone over about 6 feet, may also feel cramped because the seat depth is shorter than average, and the backrest doesn't extend far enough to support the entire spine comfortably. Finally, the weight capacity tops out around 250 pounds. If you're on the heavier side, you'll need to look for a sturdier model with a more robust frame. Practical strengths are where this chair really shines. First, the space-saving design is not just a marketing buzzword. I measured the chair against a standard coffee table, and it left at least a foot of clearance on each side, which is enough room to move a tray of drinks or a small plant without knocking anything over. Second, the lift mechanism is straightforward. There's no need to fiddle with a remote, a foot pedal, or a complicated sequence of buttons. Just one press, and the chair does the work. The button also has a tactile click that lets you know it's engaged even if you can't see the indicator light, which is a thoughtful touch for users with visual impairments. Third, the upholstery, while not luxurious leather, is a tightly woven microfiber that resists stains and is easy to wipe clean. That makes it a good fit for households where spills happen. Think tea while reading, or a quick snack during a movie. On the downside, the limited recline angle, as mentioned, can feel restrictive if you're hoping to lie flat. The cushion, while firm enough to support standing up, is on the thinner side compared to premium recliners, so anyone,